The Boston Marathon bombing brought back vivid memories of the attack in downtown Oklahoma City on April 19, 1995. After both bombings, people wanted to help and ran toward the site of the blast, not away from it. In 2005, OETA's documentary series Stateline asked reporters about their experiences on that terrible day.
They are bringing people out that are just covered in blood.
There's also heavy damage at many of the other buildings here in the downtown area.
Viewers return to find themselves.
There was hundreds of people that are injured.
If you are anywhere downtown, you probably heard it and felt it.
Tara, what's going on there right now?
Well, Kent, still at this time, FBI agents and other law enforcement officials.
I have absolutely never seen anything like this in my life.
When you got to your live truck, your photogs, all the trappings of a television journalist, what do you start doing first? What do you have to do? What are the mechanics of getting this going?
You plug in a microphone and you start talking. There's John. Wait a minute. Here's John Hanson. And you start talking to anybody around you, and you talking to anybody who will listen to you, and you start talking to anybody who will talk to you, and you start talking to the camera. So every indication is that we still have some people trapped inside of that building. And you begin describing everything you see and everything you hear and everything that's happening around you. And that did not stop for 5 days.
The devastation again in downtown Oklahoma City is absolutely incredible.
We started trying to, do some interviews with some people, where were you, what happened. We're on live, pretty much the whole time. I mean, the anchors are back in the studio and trying to fill in with whatever information's coming in, and they came to us frequently. We had the helicopter up by that point. And so, you just tried to ask as many people as you could what had happened.
You're doing a great job. We all of us in Oklahoma City, thank you for what you've done today.
Well, thank you.
And what many other people like him are doing.
And they didn't know either. I mean, one minute they're sitting at their desk, and the next minute, the windows have blown in on them.
As soon as you have a live truck up, you have reporters. They're just reporting there and just taking turns standing in front of the camera saying, here's what I know, here's what we have, here's this story. They say, okay, thank you, next. And so you have a revolving circle of people, of reporters and photographers too, coming and giving their information live and then going back out and trying to get some more.
I remember doing my first interview right over there at that corner with the federal court clerk at the time, Bob Dennis. He had been in the Murrah building in a meeting and had come out, and his hair was just covered in ashes and soot or whatever it was, and interviewed him, and then would go back and forth to my news car to do my live shots.
We had small news cars at that time, so it just literally, you can imagine what the force of that blast did. I mean, it just left her stunned. And so she hadn't moved around to the north side of the Murrah building to see what had happened yet. And so I was just simply debriefing her live on the air.
We need to know where you are, Karen, and if you can tell our listeners what's going on right now around your car.
I am parked on 4th Street.
I was sitting there, and somebody came by and looked at me, and they saw I had some cuts in my chest, so they gave me a rag to hold on to my chest. And then I realized my shoe was filling up with blood. So finally, they looked at me and realized I was losing a fair bit of blood, so they put me into an ambulance with 3 other people and took me to Presbyterian Hospital. A priest came by and asked me my name. He called my wife at home and told her to come get me.
The biggest concern we had at that point in time for the first half an hour, is it a bomb? Is it a natural gas explosion? Somebody use the B word. If it is, use the B word, get it out there, let us go forward from there. Say it's a bomb. Because we hated to say it was a bomb if nobody knew for sure.
Why?
Because a bomb scares the ever-loving daylights out of everybody.
I remember asking a firefighter, could this have been a bomb? Because it just seemed so unreal that a building would be bombed. I thought it was a natural gas explosion or something in the building had gone terribly wrong to make it explode. A bomb seemed like such a remote possibility.